After weeks of will he, won't he, Aaron Rodgers announces a return to the Green Bay Packers. Also, Governor Evers' special session on the state budget surplus ends mere seconds after it begins with no action taken, while Evers says he still has hope. And the U.S. announces a new ban on Russian energy exports, how the move could impact rising gas prices. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
And he said, hey, why don't you let the people know that I am officially returning to the Green Bay Packers. Wow. So Aaron...
Fittingly enough, Pat McAfee announced live on his show this morning, Aaron Rodgers is back with the Pack. It puts a bow on weeks of speculation and debate among Packers fans and sports analysts. And it wasn't the only big news out of Green Bay. Today, sports director Zach Hanley has the details on that. Zach.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is officially coming back to Titletown. As you mentioned, Pat McAfee broke the news that the league's back-to-back MVP staying in Green Bay. And then the NFL just went crazy. Reports went out saying Rodgers and the Packers agreed to a 4-year, $200 million deal with $153 million of that guaranteed, which would make him the highest paid player in NFL history. All of that isn't true according to Aaron Rodgers, who tweeted out this: yes, I will be playing with the Packers next year. However, reports about me signing a contract are inaccurate, as are the supposed terms of the contract I signed. I am very excited to be back. So Rodgers is back for another year, and Davante Adams will be too. The Packers placed the $20.1 million franchise tag on the league's top wideout. Now, Adams said last season he didn't want to be tagged. He wants a long-term deal, so we're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out, Mark.
A lot of fans exhaling at this point. All right, Zach, thank you. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi out on the weather patio. Hi, Gary.
Hi, it feels like football weather out here. It is cold thanks to the snow on the ground. But as we take a look at visible cloud track, you can see that snow on the ground. That's the white that doesn't move. But there are some clouds that are coming in from the north and west, and even a little band of snow flurries just passing the Twin Cities right now. That's actually with a cold front heading in our direction. Low temperatures this morning were colder thanks to the snow cover, but you can tell La Crosse is at 21. They got very little snow from this last system, whereas we got about 3 to 5 inches through much of southern Wisconsin. The temperatures there were mainly in the teens. It was down to 1 below zero in Lone Rock. High temperatures so far today, middle 30s, although again to the north and west where there's not as much snow on the ground, temperatures were in the 40s, and right now temperatures are in the mid 30s in Madison and mid to upper 30s to our south. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to around 24, again with just a slight chance for a flurry overnight. Tomorrow will be a little colder. High temperature will top out at 32. Will be even colder for the end of the week, but the snow chances for Thursday appear to be going down, and then a big warm-up is on the way for next week. I'll tell you more about that in the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, see you then. Thank you. As the crisis in Ukraine continues, the U.S. has become the first Western country to ban Russian energy imports. President Biden announced today the U.S. will ban Russian oil, natural gas, and coal. While the U.S. only depends on the country for less than 10% of its oil imports, Biden says Americans could feel the impacts at the pump.
This is a step that we're taking to inflict further pain on Putin, but there will be cost as well here in the United States.
As gas prices continue to soar, President Biden has vowed to do what he can to soften the economic impact, while also warning energy companies not to price gouge. A new poll shows a majority of Americans support the ban, and there's bipartisan support on Capitol Hill. Meanwhile, the United Nations says at least 2 million people have fled Ukraine. Chris Wynn has the details.
As Russian attacks intensify in Ukraine, the humanitarian crisis deepening by the minute.
This horror cannot be endured. I cannot express it. The fear, the crying children.
Ukrainian authorities say at least 21 civilians were killed in a Russian airstrike overnight in the city of Sumy. Several attempts to evacuate civilians failed earlier this week. Western leaders accusing Russian forces of targeting pre-approved safe routes.
Targeting civilians is a war crime, and it's totally unacceptable.
According to the United Nations, nearly 500 civilians have been killed since the war began, but officials believe the number is even higher. More than 2 million refugees have already fled the country.
We have not seen in Europe a crisis escalating so fast since the Second World War.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky attempting to shame the West to save his people.
The fault is with the occupants, but the responsibility is with those who still haven't secured Ukrainian skies from the Russian killers.
But the U.S. and Europe must walk a fine line, facing a nuclear-armed Russia. Tuesday, President Biden amped up economic pressure by banning Russian energy imports, while NATO is still ruling out a no-fly zone.
We have a responsibility to ensure the conflict does not escalate and spread beyond Ukraine.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Meanwhile, President Biden is calling on Congress to approve his request for billions of dollars in humanitarian and military aid for Ukraine. The House is expected to take it up as part of a big government spending measure as soon as tomorrow. And with all that's unfolding right now, new information is constantly coming in. You can find the latest updates in a special section on channel3000.com. Just scroll down to Crisis in Ukraine on our homepage. 6 teens, including a 14-year-old, have been arrested in a deadly shooting outside an Iowa high school. Investigators say shots were fired from several shooters inside multiple vehicles yesterday afternoon outside East High School in Des Moines. 2 teen girls and a boy were seriously injured in the incident. The boy later died. It's unclear what led up to the shootings. A federal grand jury indicted Enrico Tarrio, the leader of the far-right Proud Boys, for conspiracy and other charges in the January 6th Capitol breach. Prosecutors say Tarrio was not in Washington the day of the attacks, but he allegedly helped organize the far-right group to go to D.C. to block the certification of Electoral College votes. Tarrio has denied he or his group were involved. Public health officials want drug users to be extra careful right now, saying their internal alert system is tracking a small spike in overdose hospitalizations over the last few days. Naomi Coles is here to explain.
Police also told me today they're seeing an uptick in specifically prescription drug overdoses. To put this in perspective, Dane County's baseline is fewer than 4 overdoses a day that need medical attention. And in the last few days, that number has reached as high as 10 hospitalizations. That was on Friday. Now, PHMDC uses information from hospitals, ambulances, and other data. They measure a number of data points in almost real time to track possible fluctuations in the quality of supply. Overall, during the pandemic, overdoses have taken a worrying turn.
During the time of COVID, issues related to substance use and mental health have definitely gotten much worse. 2020 was the highest that we have seen when it comes to overdoses and fatal overdoses. So for us, again, this is an area of great concern. It's impacting our community. It's impacting folks who are losing family members to overdose deaths.
The spike that health officials issued this morning isn't being seen yet at a more granular level among individual emergency rooms, for instance. Now, more on exactly what this alert system does for the public and the resources that come with it tonight at 6 o'clock.
I'm going to say then, thank you. After mere seconds in session, the Republican-led state Senate ended a special session called by Governor Tony Evers this afternoon. The session was called to discuss how the state should handle its projected budget surplus. It included Evers' plan to send every Wisconsinite $150 in refunds. This is the latest special session the governor has called that the legislature has taken no action on. Similar action was taken for Evers' special sessions on unemployment, Badger Care, public school funding, gun control, and police reform. Despite the Senate's actions, Governor Evers says he's still hopeful.
I'm hopeful. I mean, we have $3.8 billion in our coffers, or projected to be in our coffers by the end of the biennium. That's a lot of money, and frankly, that's the people's money. We can get it back to them to help mitigate against inflationary costs that we're seeing here.
Today, the governor also asked Congress to suspend the federal gas tax as prices at the pump continue to rise. Governors from 4 other states also wrote letters to Congress urging them to halt the 18.4-cent per gallon tax until next year. Senators Ron Johnson and Ted Cruz met the leaders of the People's Convoy in Washington, D.C. today. The lawmakers heard from truck drivers, organizers, and participants about their trek from California. The meetings did not result in immediate action and did not provide a clear path forward, but organizers called it a victory nonetheless. During the meeting, Senator Cruz and Johnson encouraged organizers to keep on trucking. The group has insisted its members continue until vaccine mandates for healthcare workers, federal employees, and military personnel are eliminated. Outgoing UW System President Tommy Thompson is sharing lessons from his tenure as he prepares to step down from the position. Today, WISCPolitics.com held a luncheon for Thompson. He discussed the future of higher education and several lessons he learned in the position, including what he would have changed looking back on his career. Thompson also shared that he has already met with his successor, Jay Rothman, and is planning on giving him a list of things Thompson believes needs to be done. The FBI says hate crimes are higher now than they have been over the past 2 decades. Up next at 5, how the U.S. Senate is addressing the problem. And later, how Wisconsin business is helping the people of Ukraine fight Russian forces. Details coming up at 6. Stocks ended lower as investors digest the U.S. ban on Russian energy. The Dow Industrials lost 184 points. The NASDAQ gave up 35. The S&P 500 off 30. We'll be right back.
Your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. Everyone's invited to the prom. From the creators of the Book of Mormon, Elf, and The Drowsy Chaperone, The Prom is a musical comedy about big Broadway stars on a mission to change the world and the love they discover that unites them all. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst. Everyone deserves a chance to celebrate.
Everyone's invited to the prom. Get your tickets at overture.org.
Has the winter taken a toll on your roof? Call Feldco today and get free installation on your roofing project. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Ah, fresh coffee. Hurry, free installation and soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner with access to financial advice, tools, and a personalized plan that helps you build a future for those you love. Vanguard. Become an owner.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Tonight at 6, Public Health has issued a health alert for our area. What triggered the alert and what you need to know right now. And Aaron Rodgers is back, but how much could it cost to ink the deal? Zach Hanley talks Rodgers and Packers tonight at 6.
If you thought building a new home would be more affordable this year, think again.
It's just insane right now.
Eric Pronkey talks to local builders to find out what's driving up the bottom line on home construction. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
UW-Madison leaders are issuing a statement after multiple reports of anti-Semitic incidents on or near campus. Specifically, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs Lori Reeser and Chief Diversity Officer LeVar Charleston cited 3 incidents. A swastika was reportedly etched into a residence hall bathroom stall. Anti-Semitic slurs were reportedly yelled at a student on Langdon Street, and an individual reported being harassed for, quote, looking Jewish. The FBI says hate crimes are on the rise. Michael George explains how members of the Senate are addressing the issue.
The Senate Judiciary Committee heard testimony from Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker, who endured an 11-hour hostage standoff at his Texas synagogue in January.
No one
should fear gathering to pray or celebrate or mourn or connect in their spiritual home.
Tuesday's hearing on hate crimes touched on people targeted for their religion, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, and disability. The Justice Department estimates about half of all hate crime attacks target black people. Recently, dozens of bomb threats have been called into historically black colleges and universities.
These threats have disrupted normal operations, causing classes to be canceled or hastily moved online.
During the pandemic, there was a spike in hate crimes targeting Asians. Last week, 28-year-old Steven Zajonk was charged with hate crimes for attacking 7 Asian women in New York.
The trauma is real.
Esther Lee was spit on and called a carrier on a New York City train last year.
I had several panic attacks where I couldn't walk down the street without hyperventilating and gasping for air.
New York City has gotten more aggressive at charging people with hate crimes, but an analysis by the nonprofit The City found 85% of those cases get pleaded down or dropped entirely. Meanwhile, the Justice Department has charged more than 30 people since January 2021 with federal hate crimes. There have been 20 convictions, including the men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery. And Congress has given final approval to new legislation that would make lynching a federal hate crime. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And that bill is named after Emmett Till, who was murdered in 1955. The Minneapolis Public School District canceled classes today because of a teacher strike. The strike affects around 29,000 students. Teachers are picketing for better wages, classroom sizes, and mental health support for students. District officials say they pledged to keep bargaining in hopes of limiting the duration of the strike.
They are driving families out of this district. They are driving educators out of this district, and we are here to intervene. We are reclaiming our schools because our kids deserve better and our city deserves better.
A strike was averted in neighboring St. Paul after a deal was reached with teachers late last night. Today is International Women's Day. It marks a day to recognize how far women have come socially, economically, culturally, and politically. It's also a day to celebrate and continue to fight for women's equality and take a closer look at what still has to be done to create a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive. This day has been marked for more than 100 years. It started in 1911 and now is celebrated around the world. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary?
Well, we're continuing to watch some flurries out to our north and west, but that's just another shot of colder air heading in our direction. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It's going to stay cold through the end of the week. Look for high temperatures to be in the 30s tomorrow, probably only in the 20s for Thursday, around 30 for Saturday or Friday, and then back into the mid-20s for Saturday. And then there'll be some chances for snow on Thursday, but mainly south of Madison, and right now it looks like any snow accumulations will be minor. Probably less than an inch, if that. Most of the accumulating snow will stay to the south across northern Illinois. And then mild weather is on the way. You'll have to wait till next week for it, but we'll see above normal temperatures beginning on Sunday and lasting through all of next week. On Doppler track, you can see where that first of 2 cold fronts is moving through. Just a couple of flurries associated with it, even a few flurries at the second front back to the north and west. Between those two, that'll keep temperatures on the cold side for the next few days. Looking farther out into the future, though, the 6 to 10-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows a pretty strong signal for above normal temperatures for much of the country. With below normal precipitation to our south and west, there might be a couple of systems moving through the northern part of the Midwest, bringing a little better chance for precipitation there. But even in the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, and that takes us through the 22nd of March, calling for above normal temperatures again for much of the eastern 3/4 of the country, with about average precipitation, at least here in Madison. In the longer term, you can see on weather track, the jet stream starting to push northward across the western Pacific Ocean. That's the sign that we're looking for to get warmer conditions, because from there eastward, notice how the jet stream drops to the south. And the main branch of the jet stream moving through the central Pacific Ocean and staying into the southwestern part of the country. So that keeps the colder than normal temperatures through much of the nation, except for the far southeast, where they've had some more showers and thunderstorms. But around here, it's cold enough for snow. And again, not a lot of snow with a northwesterly wind flow aloft, but just, some flurries that come through, and the weather system's generally pretty weak. So we're not looking at any major storm systems. But here are the 2 cold fronts I talked about. The first one just to our north and west, the second one right behind behind it. Both of those will drive through during the night tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And notice temperatures mid to upper 30s here. It's actually a little warmer to our north and west where there's not as much snow on the ground across northern Iowa and parts of central Wisconsin, whereas that last system brought snow through much of southern Wisconsin. But notice farther behind those cold fronts, those temperatures drop off into the 20s, and we'll probably be looking for colder weather again starting tomorrow. Temperatures today a little bit warmer than yesterday, but it's just because we were cold because of the snow. And then again, behind those cold fronts, those temperatures drop off. So expect temperatures to be a little colder tomorrow than they were today. As we check out our forecast for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, a little colder, high temperature at 32. Today we were in the mid to upper 30s. And then the 7 to 10 day forecast down to 25 on Thursday with cloudy skies. Best chances of snow will be south of Madison, and even that will be pretty light. 30 for a high on Friday, maybe a couple of morning flurries. And then by Saturday morning down to 6 with wind chills, perhaps as cold as 15 below zero, the high at 25. But notice the big warm up. We go from 25 Saturday to 47 on Sunday. Temperatures well into the 40s and into the 50s for next week. Even some thunderstorms a possibility toward the end of next week. As we check out first warn traffic, here's the traffic camera on the Beltline at Seminole Highway. Look at the traffic on the eastbound direction. The westbound direction looking right into the sun, and that's slowing things down as well. So we're seeing some delays on the eastbound Beltline starting around Monona Drive going back almost to Verona Road. Westbound, of course, that delay going into the sun just past Fish Hatchery Road. Right now, almost 25 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate. 19 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, the usual 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. A quick 16 minutes today on US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 18 minutes on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. As people around the world pitch in to help the people of Ukraine, scammers are also trying to cash in. How you can help without becoming a victim. Next at 5.
Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the power swabs.
I think white teeth are absolute sexy magnets. I love it.
Power swabs have really made a huge difference on the entire quality and color of my teeth, and I'm very, very happy with them.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth for hot drinks, ice cream, anything hot or cold. Really, really sensitive teeth. With the power swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It is so fast. It is effective.
Great thing about power swabs is that it's just easy to use. To me, it's the best solution for teeth whitening on the market.
Introducing Power Swabs, the 5-minute stain removing and whitening treatment. Apply the Step 1 stain removing cleanser. Use the swab to get in between teeth, around edges, as the blue cleansing detergent is thin enough to get into pores to release stains. Open Swab 2. Duplicate the process. Instantly see up to a full 2-shade difference. That's powerful. Forget gooey trays. Save a fortune on electronics. Forget slippery strips. Imagine your teeth up to 6 shades whiter in a week. Call or visit us online now, and we'll send you the complete Power Swab system. 7 cleansing swabs. 7 Power Swab foaming whitening swabs. Thanks for celebrating hundreds of thousands of satisfied smiles. We're offering them to you right now for this incredible discount. We'll pay your shipping and handling. If you're not fully satisfied, even after day 1, return it for your money back. Laugh more. Smile more. Enjoy life more. Call right now or go online now, and we've been authorized for a limited time to include our on-the-go Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick. It's a $19.95 value, free. With this complete offer, you are saving over 40%. Call or go online now. Brighten your smile and your life now.
Now at Menards, save big money and get 11% off everything. Give your bathroom a fresh update with a new Moen faucet. Moen faucets are available in a variety of looks and finishes to match your style. Get 11% off all Moen faucets. Keep your new bathroom clean with our great selection of Lippmann brooms, mops, and more. Save 11% on all Lippmann products. Get 11% off everything at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As Russian attacks continue, people around the world are coming up with creative ways to help the people of Ukraine. But experts warn scammers are also trying to cash in. Naomi Ruckham explains how you can help without becoming a victim.
At Veselka, a longtime Ukrainian restaurant in New York City, proceeds from every bowl of borscht go to Ukraine relief efforts.
There have been a few younger male staff members who are of Ukrainian descent who are seriously considered going back, and they're asking me, what should they do? And I said, I'll support whatever you do. If it's buying you a ticket, I'll assist you in doing that. But I think we can do a lot more here.
The restaurant is also collecting clothes and first aid items. Since the invasion, Veselka has been packed with Americans showing their support for the Ukrainian people.
It's just been overwhelming and very appreciative.
Another way people are helping Ukrainians is by sending money directly through Airbnb. According to the company, more than 61,000 nights were booked in Ukraine on March 2nd and 3rd, and Airbnb has temporarily waived fees on Ukraine bookings, so it won't profit from this.
The Airbnb effort's so interesting, started online, really was like almost like crowdsourcing. Great idea.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says other companies, including Uber and Etsy, have also come up with novel ways to help.
Uber has basically said we're going to give free rides to people who are at the Ukrainian-Polish border, and Uber users here in the U.S. can give through the app. Etsy said no fees for people who are selling stuff who are based in the Ukraine.
Some people are turning to cryptocurrency to send money, but beware of scams. According to Bitdefender Labs, crypto scams targeting Ukraine relief efforts are intensifying.
If you've got an organization, make sure it's legit.
The FTC sent out tips on how to donate, including checking out the organization online. Search for words like review, scam, or complaint before you send any money. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Additional resources to check on a charity's rating include the Better Business Bureau, Giving Alliance, and Charity Navigator. You can also find a link to help Ukrainians in a special section on our website, channel3000.com. And we'll have a final check of your first WARN forecast when we come back.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast, News 3 Now at 5.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
Why would Stanton Optical choose a spokesbird? They're not your typical eye care company. I'm not your typical penguin. We're a team. There's no I in eye care. Wait.
Get 2 pairs of glasses plus a free eye exam, anti-glare lenses, and same-day service for only $79.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today. TSR, one day floor.
We've got a packed broadcast for you tonight. President Biden takes aim at the heart of the Russian economy, banning all oil and gas imports to the U.S., how it could impact those already rising gas prices. Plus, dangerous weather on the way. The forecast tonight about a series of strong storms expected to slam the Gulf Coast to the Carolinas. And it's International Women's Day, so we're paying tribute to some remarkable trailblazers who paved the way in science. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And Gary's here now. Still a touch of winter out there.
Yeah, it's chilly out there. It'll be a little colder over the next couple of days. Live view right now from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Lots of sunshine, but that'll allow temperatures to start dropping off this evening. There's the live view from the WISC Sky Camp, and you can see on Doppler track there's a little tiny band of snow flurries moving through southeastern Minnesota. That's actually with a weak cold front kind of heading in our direction. It'll bring in a few more clouds, and that'll actually keep our temperatures up tonight compared to last night. Last night we were down in the teens. Tonight we'll probably stay in the middle 20s. Right now, middle 30s across most of southern Wisconsin. But notice it is warmer to the north and west. That's just because they have less snow on the ground up toward La Crosse. And wind chills right now, really not much of a factor because the winds are pretty light. Over the next 12 hours, those temperatures will drop into the 20s and kind of stay steady overnight thanks to the cloud cover and a couple of flurries that'll roll on through. Otherwise, look for a high tomorrow of about 32 with partly sunny skies. And then, as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, some light snow on Thursday. Right now, it looks like any accumulating snow will probably be across northern Illinois, and most of the snow altogether will be south of Madison. And then cold for Friday and Saturday, but take a look at next week. 47 on Sunday, and then mid-40s Monday with some showers, and 50s by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms at the end of the week. That's spring.
Fake spring number 4.
There you go.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for News 3 now at 6.